Hey guys, welcome back to Scene Plant Scene, where I like plants and have a potty mouth. Today I'm going to give you the 1 month update on the alocasia that I put in moss and pond. No, not pond, moss and LECA. I was watching a pond video earlier, that's why that was on the brain. I'm going to do a little bit of an update on the great success that has come from moss and LECA for my alocasia, to the point that this is changing the whole game for me. I moved my Regal Shield and a Gagiana, one of those that I got from a friend of mine. I think she said it was a reverted Aurea. It is showing no signs of Aurea variegation, but it's pretty nonetheless, so I'm very happy. It has been 1 month tomorrow. Tomorrow will be 1 month that these have been in the moss and LECA, and good googly moogly. So I'll start with the smaller of the two. This is the, sorry for the wonkiness of it, this is the Gagiana. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. You look at the leaf and see if you can tell me. Maybe. I know it's got something to do with the sinus. I don't remember. I know she'll know, so I can always just ask her if I'm that curious. Yeah, it's been in here for a month. You can see the roots that have gone all the way down into the LECA. You can see some roots there that are a lot lighter. Those, I'm pretty sure, are rotty. I let this one get completely dry on accident. These two were in my office on a stand that I have next to my window, so I completely forgot about them, and this one is obviously in a smaller vessel, so I forgot about it, and it dried out, and it was not happy. Leaves were even starting to wilt a little bit, so that was not bad. So this is the status of this one at the moment. I'm very happy. Even with a couple of little rotty roots, look at all the healthy ones though. Get out of here. What I'm really excited for, anyways, sorry for the interruption. Yeah, so I'm very excited to see if this one will start corming for me, because it does have the potential for it. I don't have any plans to upsize the container either, kind of anytime soon. I want to see how happy it stays in this vessel. Ideally, I want to leave it in here until it shows signs of stress, it can't take being in this vessel anymore. So unless the leaves start rotting off on the bottom or whatever, then I'm just gonna leave it as is. So very happy with this one. Oh, and it's put out 2 new leaves. They both put out 2 new leaves. So the Regal Shield, this is what I'm excited about. So yes, these leaves are as massive as they appear. Hello? Ma'am? Crazy. So this one, I mean, get out of town. It's almost completely roots. Not almost completely. That's a little dramatic. But that's wild. Again, both of these have been in these vessels for a month. Tomorrow, not even a full month. It is still a little weeble wobbly, so that's disappointing. But now that I'm looking at it, I think it's more me not planting it deep enough. In the moss, I'll probably have to repot this at some point in the near future. Maybe. I don't know. Tell me what I should do, because I genuinely don't know. Even with how rooted it is, I don't see any quorum, puppage. I don't see anything that would indicate that there's any like new growths coming out. Even if I like kind of move the moss a little and like poke around. So again, what I really want to try to do is let these stay in these vessels. This is the 1 month update. Like I said, I do want to see if I can leave these in these vessels until at least the 3 month mark. I am going to be doing a 3 month and 6 month and maybe 1 year update. Stay tuned for that. Sorry, I'm just looking to see if there's any spider mites. No, I don't see anything. These just look so good. Like I've never had an alocasia with a leaf this big. Hello? Please? Every one of my alocasia needs to take this as an example of what could be. So, yeah, one more time for the roots. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, also, so like I said, this has put out 2 new leaves. It is spring, so that could also have something to do with it. It's put out 2 new leaves since being in the moss and LECA. They both lost, I think, 1 or 2 leaves apiece just from the acclimation and all that fun stuff. But the biggest thing with the alocasia that I know has also helped is because they are in a fully hydroponic system. There's no like nutrients coming from the moss or from the LECA. I have been using foliage focus, GT foliage focus, and my SNS 209 when I'm watering, because the moss, it's still a moist environment, so you still can get fungus gnats with this method. I found that with the SNS and the the ivermectin spray that I use whenever I pot them up in these vessels, that has taken care of fungus gnats for me. And then I also started using, sorry, it's up on my stand, this rooting elixir, because, you know, plants are happy root systems, and then we just get the benefits of seeing the leaves. So if you have happy roots, you're like kosher. Even if the leaves die off, as long as you got a pot full of happy roots, then just keep taking care of it, and it will give you leaves eventually once the roots are happy enough. So I have been adding that into my waterings over the last couple of months, and so far the plants seem to be very happy with it. So because of the success that I've had with these alocasia, I got a little big in the britches and decided I'm going to see if I can do some other plant genuses in the moss LECA situation, just for shits and gigs, just to see some of the ones that I have a little bit more trouble with. Those would be begonia, alocasia, and anthurium. Now, anthurium I have a working relationship with. I'm definitely trying, and I've had more success with some and less success with others. I have really good success with my rad luxurians that I have in a chunky, like a chunky mix that I do for a lot of my plants. I have a pallitiflorum seedling that I got last summer as a seed, and it's now got leaves that are like maybe this big. Maybe I'll show that one at some point. I'm trying to think about what other anthurium I have. I have some papillolaminum seedlings. I have a Tazula red crystal crossed with Carla seedling as well that I got at the Big Plant Expo. Those are doing good. They're doing great so far, so I'm trying not to mess with them. Now, one of them that I got a duplicate of, I got 2, is this Pap Mag X Bugs by Doc Block. So there is the tag there. And I got 2 of these. One I have in a soil mix, and then this one is dirty. That's literally just dust. It's in my bedroom, and my bedroom has the fans that go all the time because I get hot. And yeah, so this one I've also transitioned into moss and LECA. I'm trying to see if you can see any roots yet. This one's only been in here for like 2-ish weeks. I don't know if there's any roots, but it does have a new leaf coming, which was not there a few days ago. So here's to hoping that that will continue to grow and do things. I have high hopes. I've heard that people have good luck with anthurium and moss, so this is basically half moss anyways. So I'll keep you posted on this one. Let you know maybe at the 3-month update of the alocasia if this one's still kicking. Another type of plant that I tend to struggle with is begonia. Now, I love begonia. I think they are some of the prettiest plants. They're some of the most unique plants. They come in so many different colors and shapes and vibrancies, and like they're just so pretty. I like the Rex begonias. I like the cane begonias. I know the cane begonias are typically easier than the Rex / rhizomaceous begonias. I know terrarium begonias are typically the hardest. I've never had a terrarium begonia to my knowledge. I've had both cane and Rex begonia. I've killed both cane and Rex begonia. I'm currently looking at a cane begonia right now that I'm in the process of rehabbing. I say it with air quotes because I'm in no position to think that I know how to rehab a fucking begonia. But it came to me. I ordered it for a friend. It came to me. All of the leaves fell off in the box when I took it out from shipping. And this was probably 3 months ago. So you're talking like January, February. I knew that I took a risk, but I was assured that it would be okay. And then I reached out to the seller and said, hey, the pot is soaking wet. The roots are just ruined. And it's in such a dense mix. It was like a brick of mud. And all the leaves fell off. Like there's nothing I can do with this. And they were like, oh, this is how you can rehab it, and this, that, and the other. And I was like, well, I'm not really looking to rehab the plant. I bought this as a gift for someone. So I did get a refund back from that purchase. Also because I had other issues with that order where I ordered a part for a plant and then they said like, oh, well, we don't actually have it. We mistakenly didn't update our inventory correctly. And then they sent me a different plant that they said that they didn't have in place of one that they said that they had. It was a really weird Etsy shop experience. I don't have Etsy, like negative Etsy experiences very often, so that one stands out in my mind because I've not had many bad experiences. So when I do, it's kind of stands out. Let me just show it to you real quick while I'm looking at it. This is, it's dry. See, this is why I'm bad with begonia. So this is what I'm dealing with at the moment. It's kind of okay. Like, that's pretty. I don't know what I'm doing. If you have any tips, tricks, help, send my way. I'm happy to take your advice. But let me put that back. So, knowing that I have issues with begonia and that they don't like me and they don't like being dry, I figured, what would it hurt to put it in a vessel where it's a lot easier for me to tell if it's dry? So that is what I have done with this one. Same thing. Do I know what kind of begonia this is? No. I got it from the same friend that gave me the Gagiana, I think, alocasia. She hooked me up with a bundle of like, I gave her $100 and she just put like a begonia alocasia bundle together for me. She's fantastic. And the leaves on this one I like because they're like thick feeling. It's really pretty, and like it's got a new leaf coming out. It's all weird and like it's also not like a red. It's like a cherry burgundy. I love this one so much. It's so pretty. But yeah, same thing here. I put this one in here. like 2 weeks ago. Don't think, well, that may be a root. It's kind of hard for you to tell. Maybe? I don't know. But I know they can root all along the stem, so I just kind of took a leaf or two off and then just chucked it in here. So we'll see. Same. I would like to give an update in a few weeks, or a few months, I should say, whenever I do the 3-month update of the alocasia. So it is June. That would be July. Nope. It's June. That would be August that I would provide a 3-month update. So fingers crossed that she lives till August, and she's big and beautiful and luscious and doesn't die. The third new genus that I wanted to give a try in moss and LECA is this one. Why does it look so hard to see, you ask? Why does that moss look so dry, do you ask? Because it died promptly within days of transitioning it to moss and LECA. This was a Synapsis mint mutation. I also got this one at the Big Plant Expo. It had transitioned, or I felt it had acclimated enough to my home to be able to be repot from the moss it was in. It was in moss. I repotted from the moss that it was in. I left some of the moss on, put more moss around it, put it in here on top of the LECA, just like I did all of the other plants in this freaking video, and literally 3 days. The leaf was like, and I'm like, what the hell? I go to pick up the leaf, and it just lifts away like a fucking butterfly, flittering off in the wind. It was just rotten, and it looked so good, and I'm like, how did it go downhill so fast? I put it back in the same spot that it was in before. I don't know. I am willing to try again with Synapsis. I might try putting one in water for a while first, like I did with the alocasia, as like a transition period, see if it can get roots that way before I put it in moss. I thought going moss to moss that it would be fine, but maybe that's not the case. You know, one of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So this could have been an error on my part. I am keeping the jar and the tag because I'd like to do a end of summer things that didn't make it video, because there have been things that have not made it this summer, as it's been very hot already. I think it was 94 degrees yesterday, so it's a little warm. But yeah, I am going to make a video of the plants that did not make it at the end of the summer going into fall, just because that's the reality of having a ton of houseplants. When I say a ton, I've got a couple hundred. Maybe at one point I'll do like a walk around, walk through situation of the stuff that I have. But yeah, I would say more so than not, we had a very successful transitional experience with moss LECA. It's something I am going to continue utilizing. Also, if anybody has any recommendations for how to store your moss, that's one of the biggest issues I think I have is, like, do you only wet what you need and then store the rest dry? Do you kind of like wet all of it and then store it somewhere so that it's aerated? But like, I try to keep mine in the garage, but then I'm always nervous that like bugs can get to it because it's a garage. So yeah, if you guys have any recommendations or any ideas for what I could do, or if you want to share what you do, I would love to hear it. If not, then please like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Help support the dream of doing this full time and not working for the man or woman or whomever is on top of the corporate ladder anymore. Either way, y'all have a wonderful day. Thanks so much, and happy planting.